watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than when I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay, look. Sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, cause you're forcing nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. For the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow.
Football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
First and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
Back home, it's the first carry for the former Georgia Bulldog, Gurley. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
An 8-yard pickup.
A gain of 8 and a first down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
A gain of 4.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
39-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 44-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He completes this to Russell Gage. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
At the Lions' 29-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Short throw underneath to Hurst, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Younghoe Koo on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Stafford able to find Hockenson for a Lion first down. This is DeAndre Swift, who, of course, played just up the road in Athens. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Stafford delivers this to Hockenson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They run. It's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Ryan over the middle, complete. It's Cox. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Ryan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
You'll get nothing.
And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Matt Prater to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this carries into the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Play action. Ryan steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Falcons 3.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run with Smallwood. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan, short throw underneath to Hurst. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. So give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 3rd down, Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Ryan ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't...
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I do believe the offense got this back. Goodness, they did. Their own 1-yard line is where they got it back, cutting it close here. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They bring the pressure as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. His big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
A give to the fullback on the dive. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
On just about every team, okay, forget it. On every team, the goal is to be in third and what they call manageable, to give yourself a chance to pick up a first down. How about that call on second down? The big man puts them in position to make it third and manageable. I wonder if he'll get a second chance at it to try and pick up the first down.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Run it right down there.
Picked off by Deron Harmon. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Lions 14, Falcons 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Operating from the gun. Ryan looking deep for Julio. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
And that one will fall incomplete.
Second and 10.
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Throwing again, Ryan. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a fourth down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on fourth down. Running for it, Smallwood. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On first down, Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
On the throwaway. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
From the gun, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Wendell Smallwood with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
At the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10. at their own.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but now it's third down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They run, Peterson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Here's Stafford. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
A 20-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will tie things at 17 all. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. On 2nd and 9, Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw on third down, Ryan. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Swift.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. On first down, it's Gurley. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They start the drive with Smallwood. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Russell Gage. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Ryan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Operating from the gun. Ryan got his man complete over the middle. That's Cox.
Ryan's
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 3rd and short, Smallwood. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
First down.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the gun, Ryan. Flushed out right. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll try and run with their fullback. Peterson a first down and more. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Our eyes and attention are on the fullback. Big-time carry, big yardage. But how about the guys up front, the offensive line? A lot of people think they may have to block it differently for the fullback to get big yardage. They really don't. Because he's big, strong, and powerful, a lot of times he makes his own way. They may not have to block as hard.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock.
not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run. Smallwood fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Going right back to Smallwood. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Again, it's Smallwood. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Young Wei Koo for the Falcons field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10. At their
the Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 22.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Detroit.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley.
The handoff.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, as I said, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Peterson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Raiders' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryan. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Richardson, incomplete. Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Detroit, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power. Hey, look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been bottom this pickup. Remember me being so hungry, I had to eat crystal. How did the little go miss? Her she was emergency mix. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, they knew what I was.